What is going on, all my beautiful people? How you doing? It's the Hard Pass Crew coming to you live. What's going on, Room Breezy?
Dude, what's up, my guy? How's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. You know, we're out here. Cam's back. We're living life. We're loving life.
Not even 10 seconds in, we get a Cam. Cam Newton's back, baby.
He's back. So yeah, you know, talk some all kind of sports today. We're gonna bounce around like we always do. What's up, Matt? Matt in the building. Appreciate it. Always checking in.
Uber
How you
fan.
doing? Uber fan. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we the last pod.
The real Uber fan, Apollo, back in the building.
Apollo, shut up. Thanks. He's at my feet. So the last pod we had a lot of fun. We kind of bounced around and talked about all kind of stuff. Which is kind of what we're gonna, we're gonna weave sports and just stuff in on these lives. They're just pretty much time for us to sit here and kind of react with the chat,
Oh, yeah.
kind of have some discussions and talk about some stuff that's going on and all that kind of stuff. But I guess we got to have some kind of direction in this world that we're living in. So we're going to start with some NFL. And I mean, where to start other than the Panthers beating the shit out of the Cardinals? It's a beautiful, beautiful day. So if y'all haven't followed my socials, me and Kyle and my brother Matt, we went to the ball game. Had an absolute blast. We sat literally right where the away team runs out the tunnel, which was pretty dope. A couple rows up. Cam came out and did a Superman thing for warm-ups. And I'm watching him warming up. I'm like, I don't know how much he's going to play because everybody else is like seriously warming up. Quarterbacks are throwing. He's just like walking around dapping everybody up. I was like, okay, he might be here just for like emotional support.
I feel like that was what he did the first go around. All 8 years, he just never warmed up, just dapped people up. He was just dancing.
That's what he was doing.
Pre-game.
But to be honest with you, dude, it was pretty surreal because I mean, for pretty much from now until ever, how I'm gonna view my teams is in an away environment. What's going on, Miss Tracy? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. That's Matt's little baby, by the way. I don't know, he's a cute little thing. But so it's one of those things where I'm gonna always watch my teams from now on, since I live out in Arizona, in a hostile environment. And I will say that inside the stadium, so I've been to a bunch of pro games. The Arizona Cardinals get loud like college ball. Like it was loud in that stadium. First time ever being out there to the stadium, it was beautiful, dude. It's fucking sick. Swag Brennan in the house. What's up, Jacob? The stadium was awesome. It was so pretty. It was so nice inside. They call themselves the Red Wave or whatever, but it was pretty sick, man. And it was really loud. And the Cardinal fans, so we sat in a section where it was nothing but Cardinal fans. And like literally entire section, maybe one or two Panther fans you could see out there, in the whole entire section. So, we're sitting down and the guy in front of us is hammered drunk. And I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, this dude could be sort of a problem if this thing gets either way out of hand, So, we're taking videos and pictures and stuff, and it packed completely. I was a sellout crowd. And the first possession of the game, we get a strip sack. Next thing you know, 2 plays later, we're on the 1 yard line, and it's 1st and goal. And everybody around me was pretty upset at me because I was screaming at the top of my lungs, Cam Power. If we don't run Cam Power, then what do we have him for? We run 1st and 10. We lose 2 yards with McCaffrey. And lo and behold, the king returns. Superman trots out of the field. And at this point, I'm just losing my mind. I mean, I'm like a little child who just saw Santa Claus again in the crowd. Me and Matt are losing it. They literally run Cam power. Cam breaks like 3 tackles. Play should have been tackle in the backfield, by the way. His first run. He scores a touchdown. I am losing my mind that I just got to see that. Next thing you know, we punt the ball. They go for it on 4th down on their own 40-yard line. They don't get it. Next thing you know, Cam's coming back in the game in the goal line situation, and he throws for a touchdown. And in a blink of an eye, we're up 14-0. Cam has touched the ball twice, has 2 touchdowns, and I'm out of control in the stands. So everybody around me just kept telling me to sit down, because me and Matt are up celebrating the majority of the game, because it was literally nothing but Carolina play on Carolina play on Carolina. Like, we're dapping each other up, chest bumping and shit. Everyone's like, boo, sit down. One dude called me Tubby. Sit down, Tubby. And I looked back at him. I was like, damn, bro, he just called me fat. Like, I was putting on a show for everybody.
Damn, Tubby.
Like, I got to the point where we would get up, and of course we get a sack or something, and I'd get up and I'd throw my hands up, and I would turn around and I would look at, because we're sitting on the like row 20 of lower deck. I would just look up at everybody. Everybody, fuck you, boo. I was putting on an absolute show. The guy in front of us turns around and looks at Matt and goes, the things you're saying is really upsetting me. And he's hammered. I'm like, this dude's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's psychopath talk for a drunk
person. Yeah. His eyes are getting crossed. I'm like, it might be go time in this bitch. So about the third quarter, Cam comes back in, throws the deep ball, and DJ Moore gets tackled, pass interference. And I'm like, everybody's like, wow, boo, what a terrible call. I'm like, guys, he got literally tackled. It was the most clear pass interference ever. He gets up, say it in my face, bro. Say it was pass interference to my face. I said, bro, it's pass interference. Sit the fuck down. He goes, dude, say it in my face. And everybody's like holding him back and stuff. I'm like, what is this dude going to punch me in the face? And then I will go off on him.
Dude, I would have loved to have seen you on TMZ, bro.
So we got it, dude. And it was the sad part was, it wasn't that many Carolina fans. It was a decent amount, but I could just see Carolina fans across the way. Security guards are coming up to him. Like, once I saw a Panther fan in the end zone getting in a fight with a Cardinal fan, Cardinals were pissed. I mean, their team came out and laid an egg. Let's get it straight.
Well, yeah.
But they also had Colt McCoy quarterback, and our defense is good. We have a good defense. They were flying around, and it was the Hassan Reddick revenge game because they didn't even offer him a contract.
Yeah.
By the way, he has 9.5 sacks this year. What's going on, Bob? How you doing?
What's up, Bob?
But so it was wild. It was the full range of me losing my mind. I didn't have a voice. Thousands of people wanting to fight me. Somebody called me fat. It was just awesome.
I sat there before the game and I said, how in the hell are the Carolina Panthers going to draw up some stupid way to get on the goal line, 1 yard out, 2 yards out? I said, it's going to happen. They're going to find a way. I said, someone will run out of bounds walking into the end zone. They'll run out on the 1 to get Cam Newton into this game to run a touchdown in. Literally first drive of the game, it happens. And then the second one, I saw McCaffrey broke off the big run, and they initially said he scored. I was like, all right, cool. I guess that's over. So we like flipped off of that game for a minute. I come back, and all of a sudden it says Cam has a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. I was like, what? Yep. Nope, he was down on the 2. Cam
Robbie
comes
Anderson
in, throws a touchdown.
Plays again.
It was disgusting.
It was everything I possibly could have dreamed of. And
it was gross.
And, dude, the craziest part was the look on all the Cardinals' faces.
Well, that's the thing for you is, like, for those of you that don't know, the fact that you live in Arizona right now is pretty comical to me because of your pure hatred of the Arizona Cardinals.
I hated them for that 1 year.
Most of you Panthers fans told me that y'all hated them more than you hated literally the Patriots who had beaten y'all in the Super Bowl. Y'all were like, no, it's the Cardinals. The Cardinals for sure.
So, I'll give you a little background here for the guys that don't understand. The year that Carolina went to the Super Bowl, they lost 1 football game. The entire year, we're winning every football game. And people are telling me that Carson Palmer and the Cardinals are the team to beat in the NFC. We literally haven't lost a game yet. Do you not remember this?
Oh, I remember.
Every week.
Y'all went 15-1.
We lost last week of the season.
And literally, last game of the regular season.
And I came down every day and complained about how there's Apollo for you. I complained every day about how everyone's hyping up the Cardinals, and we beat them bad in the championship game. And that was my Super Bowl. Let's go. Bob said, yes, I'm eating crow and Cam right now. I mean, he only played 8 plays, but damn if he didn't look good in those 8 plays.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
We're about to find out, and I'm just ready for you, Remy. I'm just ready for you to eat a little crow.
Okay. All right.
I know it's too early. We're way too early. But the Carolina Panthers play the Dolphins pretty soon.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
A couple weeks.
I'm pretty excited about that win.
I think we're going to see a lot of this.
Oh, do you?
In the in the end zone.
Yeah, okay.
But
that's my Super Bowl, since my team will never smell one. That is my Super Bowl. It's bragging rights over my friends.
But yeah, so before all that, before we we'll move on from the Carolina game, I just want to say that it was awesome. It was amazing, and it was a pretty awesome point in time where Carolina came out to Phoenix. And, we're talking about going. Next thing you know, Cam Newton signs, for Carolina. The week of, he's coming out. He literally signed on Thursday, scored 2 touchdowns on Sunday. It was one of those surreal moments where I got to see it live and all happen, and it was pretty amazing. But we go back to Thursday. Now I want to let y'all know something. We had an epic, and I mean,
oh man,
epic podcast recorded on Thursday. I got Remy in here. We watched all the Dolphins Thursday night game live in Discord, and then we went to record pretty much a rapid reaction, and then talked our normal Thursday podcast we were going to record. And it got about to the 58th minute mark or so, the hour mark, and Remy's internet dropped. And for some reason, when his internet dropped, it didn't save my audio, and it only saved his audio. So we recorded for an hour's worth, and we only had one person's audio, so I couldn't mix it together and put it together. And I'm telling y'all missed out. It was going to be an awesome, and I mean awesome, podcast episode. So we're going to try to relive a little bit of Thursday night. We're going to try to bring back the juice here, Remy, because we were in full flow.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, especially me. I still don't know what happened. I still am confused by what I watched last Thursday night. I don't know who the hell that team was. It was spectacular. It was spectacularly hilarious. At times.
It was a spectacle. It was not a spectacle. It was a grind, and it was it was everything you possibly could want in a football game.
So we won. We're back. We're the best team in the league. Super Bowl inbound for the Miami Dolphins after this one. So no doubt.
I'm gonna stop you. Remy didn't even watch this game. Remy, you were all down and out. You didn't want to watch it.
I watched every second of it. I didn't want to.
You didn't want to because Jacoby Brissett was the starting quarterback.
Yes. Literally. So when the Miami Dolphins, when we started this season, I thought we were going to be good. I thought, first off, there's no way we would be as bad as we've been.
Right.
And I was excited to see year 2 of Tua. And then my organization proceeded to literally flush all of my hopes and dreams down the toilet by not only being bad, but also hindering Tua's development and
sabotaging your own team.
Constantly stabbing him in the back. It's been a wild roller coaster of a season that's just been so beyond frustrating for me. Mm-hmm. So when we go 1-7, all I care about is watching Tua play and watching Tua progress. That's all I care about, because that's what the franchise needs to see, is can he develop into a legitimate starting NFL quarterback.
Y'all didn't even give him a chance.
We go into the last week's game. and he's got the broken finger. So Tua has a broken finger on his left hand, which is his throwing hand.
Mhm.
So we did the weird thing, what I thought was weird last Sunday, which was he's active, but he's the backup, and we only want to bring him in an emergency because he can't grip the ball. Meanwhile, there's all these reports of people at the games are like, dude, he's throwing the ball, just as easily as he always does in pregame. Like, I'm watching videos in practice of him throwing like normal. I'm like, what is going on here? If he's too hurt to play, he shouldn't be active. There shouldn't be a game plan where he can come in.
Right.
Versus if he's not healthy, he shouldn't be able to play. So we come into Thursday night, and it's the same thing again. Because we played on Sunday and we turned around and played on Thursday. Uh-huh. So it was Tua's the backup. His finger's not ready. He's not starting. Well, of course, Jacoby Brissett starts, and he was terrible. He was so bad. I was sitting here, and the game, for the people that probably turned it off in the first half, because it was literally 6-3 at halftime, because it was just disgustingly bad. Jacoby Brissett is terrible.
He's not good.
And I was sitting there screaming at the television like, I would rather watch Tua try to throw the ball right-handed versus watching Jacoby Brissett continue to play football. Our team is already just not good enough. So why are we throwing Jacoby Brissett out there? And then, wouldn't you know it, right before halftime, exactly what I guess the nightmare would have been for the Dolphins is Jacoby Brissett gets hurt. Mm-hmm. So now what do? You have to put Tua in. And it looked like there for a little bit, Brissett was going to try and give it a go. He bummed up his knee pretty good. It looked really bad initially, but he was on the sideline trying to jog it out. Flores goes up to Tua and says, no, it's your time, get in the game. And, I mean, you could tell the finger wasn't all the way there because he did end up hitting it literally, I think, on his first or second drive.
He kept, wiping it off and, holding it.
He would shake his finger, shake his hand and everything. But he was infinitely better than Jacoby Brissett. Just right, even with the broken finger. The team
even running for his life.
The team looked so much different with Tua behind center than it did with Jacoby Brissett. Even with the bum hand, some of the throws weren't there. And then all of a sudden I'm reading, he comes out, he's like, I didn't get any first team reps in practice this week. He wasn't ready to come into the game. He just got thrown in there, and he comes in and leads the way. But the big difference maker in that game for anyone that did watch it was a defense that 2 weeks ago was ranked 32nd in the NFL, came out and played a different game than I have seen them play all year long. My whole thoughts on us, I thought we were going to lose by 30. And I said that because the Ravens offense is really good, and our defense had been terrible. But all of a sudden, we started doing the thing that made us successful last year is cover zero. Your two corners are on an island. That's why we pay them all that money. And you put everyone else on the line of scrimmage. And we did it 40 times to Lamar Jackson, and he had no clue what was going on.
The offense coordinator had no answer.
They had no answer for anything. We were blitzing, and we were blitzing fast guys that could try to keep up with Lamar Jackson. A lot of safety blitzes, a ton of safety blitzes. The defense really took over the game. But, of course, the game-winning play was made by none other than Xavier Howard once again, who continues to just prove that he is the best. I do not care. He is the best corner in football because when it comes time for someone to make a play, it's always him. On this team, it's always Xavier Howard. Slant route, catch, strips the ball, gets up, recovers it. House calls it 40 yards for a touchdown. Single-handed, best play of the game. He won Defensive Player of the Week this week in the NFL because of how well he played. I mean, he is the difference maker for that team. But, yeah, no, the whole thing comes down to me, though, is Tua's been named the starter this week. They're still kind of limiting him with his finger. They're still saying, until it's the Jets. Joe Flacco starting.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty sure the Mike White magic is already gone in New York.
Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. My man threw 4 interceptions. They ended up getting destroyed last weekend. But so Tua will be starting against the Jets. But some of the stuff that's come out after the game, I mean, clearly the fan base in Miami was very happy to see Tua in there and lead us on a couple big drives, through the deepest pass of his career up to this point with the bum finger. Yeah, I think everyone's excited from that standpoint. But some of the stuff that came out was Brian Flores basically was like, I have to save Tua from himself because Tua apparently has wanted to play, and Flores has been like, no, you're too hurt and stuff like that. It's just been weird. They talked about it at halftime of the game. Greg Olson said, why is there a contingency where he plays? If he can play, he should play. I mean, it's insane to me that we went into this with Jacoby Brissett, even if Tua's healthy, Tua plays. I just don't understand what the logic was and why we're trying to do this to ourselves. But at the end of the day, we beat the shit out of the Baltimore Ravens, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Another weird week in the NFL. So y'all kind of set the tone on Thursday night. Dolphins winning 22-10. Then you go into Sunday, and you have the Cowboys just shitting on the Falcons. 40 coming. They lost by 1,000 last week to the Broncos. They come into the next game. The Falcons are not good. We know that. They're not going to be good against a decent team. They put up 43 on them, 29 in the second quarter.
Wild.
Pretty wild. They won 43-3. Titans get it done. They're battling. Next thing you look up, they're 8-2.
Yeah.
They beat the Saints.
Why'd they have to lose to the Jets, dude? We were a Pro Titans podcast.
Pro Titans pod.
We had nailed that pick.
I know. I can't get back on it though. You lose the Jets.
No, you can't lose the Jets.
You cannot lose to the Jets. The Jags barely losing to the Colts, but the Colts are 5-5.
The Colts the second week in a row where the Colts have just jumped out to a big lead and just said, "All right, we'll holler," and let the team come back.
Jonathan Taylor is a monster. He's a beast. Colts are 5-5. They bounced back pretty good there. A team trending in the wrong direction is the Browns.
Jesus Christ.
The Browns got beat 45-7 to the Patriots. The Patriots are the most yo-yo team in the league too.
They are, but I couldn't hop off of this Browns bandwagon any harder than I have. Yeah, I mean, it's gotten bad, dude. So this is a thing that's popped up a lot in the media this week is people are back off on Baker. And I mean, I've said it all along. I've always felt like he was more of just a game manager than a game changer. And he's proven that right. He has moments where he's unplayable.
Yeah.
I mean, they go into this game.
They say he's hurt, and I'm sure he's banged up. But dude,
I mean, I'm sure he is too. But you play a game like this where they're losing the entire time. He has 73 passing yards.
Mac Jones had him a good game somehow. He didn't get any fines or suspensions from him almost breaking Burns' ankle. But dude,
45-7, bro.
You watch him play though, he's in control.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Mac Jones is in control of what he can do. He knows what he can do, and he goes out and executes.
He's the prototypical Belichick guy. This was the match made in heaven, and the fact that the NFL allowed it to happen, and none of these teams took a chance to try and get up before the Patriots and get him is insane. He's been the best rookie quarterback, and it's not close. It's not close. The other ones have been downright bad, and he has been good.
Yeah, he's had his ups and downs, but overall he's been pretty consistent. He's 13 touchdowns, 7 picks. He's thrown for 2,300 yards.
Pete, that completion percentage.
Yeah, 69% complete. Like I said, he knows what he can do. Yeah, he is a guy that's not going out and trying to live outside his means. And so that was a big win for the Patriots. They're 6-4.
Yeah. There's a lot of people saying they're the best team in the AFC. I would pump those brakes. They're definitely not the best team in the AFC.
Slow down.
But they are back in the middle of it.
I still think it's the Bills and Titans.
Yeah.
Up there. The Ravens, some would say the Ravens, and then they go and get shit on by the Dolphins. So
that's because we're the best, baby. We're the best.
The Bills beat the shit out of the Jets. The Jets, they're the Jets, so they're lucky to have 2-7.
Yes, they beat the Titans. The Titans.
Neil, I'm going to disagree on you with this one because I think Mac Jones was the most pro-ready quarterback. I don't think he's going to be as good as he's been, but he's going to be way better than what is happening for the Jets.
The only reason I will agree is because it's the Jets. You could throw Aaron Rodgers on the Jets and he would be trash.
But I'm saying is Mac Jones, he's a very accurate quarterback.
He is.
He plays up here. He's very cerebral as a quarterback.
Yeah. But I just think the Jets are just
more like the Dolphins. Am I right?
Am I right?
Am I right? That's right.
I just think the Jets are such a terribly run organization. It almost doesn't matter who you put in there, and they're going to struggle.
I agree. We had the Lions. The Lions did not lose a football game this week.
We did it, boys. They didn't lose a game.
Dan Campbell, I'm proud of you. They tied the Steelers 16-16. Just a terrible football game.
I understand that we have a massive following and that there's definitely somebody in the NFL head office listening to this currently. Can we please get rid of ties? Can it end? Yeah. How do we still have this?
How do we still have players come out and go, I didn't even know we could tie?
Dude, there were multiple people in that game that didn't know you could tie. Multiple people. Bro, Najee Harris said, "How many overtimes do we go to? You just get the one. You get the one 10-minute overtime. The overtime rules in the NFL are garbage. You get one 10-minute quarter.
If you go down and kick a field goal immediately, they get a chance to come back.
They get a chance. If they score a touchdown, it's over. It's garbage, and you can end in a tie. It's insane. I've been a proponent for years. I would love to see like a field goal kickoff challenge. Yeah. Like you start at 40, both kickers kick 40, you back it up 45, 50, 55, 60 until someone misses. And I think that would be
I'm
wild.
Okay with that after the period.
Yes. Yes. I of course, I'd love to watch some overtime football because it can be something exciting.
Right.
But let's just get rid of ties. It's so garbage that we have ties.
But in some cases, like TVUS. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I know Allen is kind of that's his team. That's his second team.
Is the Lions
because I think his dad he is a Detroit fan. But yeah, tough one there. Tough watch, the old Lions.
Oh God. The whole game was a tough watch. Yeah. The overtime was so insanely tough to watch because both teams just kept giving the ball back to each other. They literally were like, no, you have it. No, you should take this one. Nah, we'll let you have it.
Very weird. Also, Washington, they went on to win a home game against the Bucs. Buccaneers go to Washington, lose as one does. And then
29-19, they got beat.
They had a lot of people out.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucs did, so they all.
It's still the Bucs versus Washington.
The football team lost Chase Young to a torn ACL.
Yep, torn ACL. But the Washington's been very, very bad this year, and the Bucs, of course, are the Super Bowl champions. You can't lose this game if you're Tampa. But Tampa Bay is doing the same thing they did last year. Tampa Bay. People don't remember Tampa Bay didn't win their division last year. They were a wild card team. Mm-hmm. Because they kind of lollygag a little bit in times in the regular season.
The problem was their pass defense is pretty bad.
Well, yeah, because they've got Randy McDandy off the streets playing corner.
For sure. Bob, we'll get to some college here in a minute. We're just kind of giving a rundown of the NFL while we're here, and then we'll switch gears and talk a little college football because we definitely have some of that to talk about. Vikings beat the Chargers. The Chargers, man, they're just so up and down.
They're beating the Chargers.
The Vikings are a tough out. I'm not saying that they're just not a great team. They're an average team. And the Chargers, you can't lose that game at home. But Cousins comes out, and if Cousins is not on prime time, he's going to be pretty good.
He's tough to beat.
And we go down to the Eagles, beat the Broncos, beat the shit out of the Broncos. Shout out T. Brown. Got a dub there, 30-13. Teddy Bridgewater's not that good, turns out. Broncos are an average football team, and the Eagles are also an average football team.
Devontae Smith had a good game, 2 tutties.
Devontae Smith is a baller, dude.
Oh,
I
I'm
love me some
aware.
Devontae Smith. Go Birds, as Neil said. By the way, he said, check my snap, and the snap said, go Birds. I hate you. I hate you, Neil. Packers in an ugly one. They scored. This game was 3-0 for the majority of the game. They scored late to win 17-0. The Packers are 8-2. Some very ugly 8-2s, but they're here. They're one of the.
How
good
good?
team.
How good has that defense been?
Very good. And
Holy shit!
it's Seattle. This is not your year. We thought we it's time to mail it in. It's time for a complete rebuild in Seattle. It's time to break it all down. You got to get rid of Russell Wilson.
I will say, huge shout out, big ups, massive congratulations owed to Jamal Adams, who tied Vince Wilfork in career interceptions this weekend. Can we get some big ups for Jamal
3
Adams
picks.
with his third career interception?
Oh.
All pro safety Jamal Adams
Old
now
Blitz boy
has tied Vince Wilfork in career picks.
Old Blitz boy. Congratulations in that one. So just a terrible contract. He's just not a good. He's not a. He's a solid football player. He's not like great.
He should be a linebacker at this point.
Yeah.
He's not a safety.
Chiefs go on Sunday night and beat the shit out of the Raiders. The Raiders are back to kind of what they're gonna be, which is an average team. Patrick Mahomes threw 5 touchdowns. He's coming back a little bit. Damian Williams, welcome back. Kind of getting got to carry a bunch of catches out of him. Chiefs are 6-4. They're going to be back.
I mean, yeah, they're going to win that division because the division, no one wanted to pick up and run with the division. So
right,
you had your chance while the Chiefs were down.
We're down,
and now they're in they're leading the division. They're not going to give it back because, like you said, the Raiders are on downhill. The Chargers can't decide if they're good or not. The Broncos are just bad. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the Chiefs are going to win that division. So it's all going to come down to how Patrick Mahomes looks in the playoffs. Right. If you get this Patrick Mahomes or if you get what you'd seen the last couple of weeks before that.
And then you go to the Monday night game, and the Rams can't beat the 49ers. They cannot beat the 49ers, dude. They struggle so much. Stafford didn't have a great game.
I will say I watched this game. Stafford looked bad.
Yeah.
I will say he looked just lost, and some of the decisions he made were just terrible.
This isn't his first game of looking like this.
Did you watch the beginning of the game? He threw a pick on the first possession.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I mean, he was trying to force a deep ball to Odell.
I will say his second pick was kind of unlucky, but
yeah, the second one was unlucky, but the first one was he just threw it up and not even close into double coverage 50 yards downfield. It was awful decision.
It was a weird game, but I will say there's a grown man that played in this football game.
Oh, yeah.
And his name is Deebo Samuel.
Deebo Samuel. Us Gamecock fans know him well.
Deebo Samuel is an animal. They put him at running back now.
He played several snaps at running back. He is second in the NFL in receiving yards. Deebo Samuel. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
He leads like 20 teams in yards after contact.
Mm-hmm. He's a running. He plays like a running back.
He does,
but at wide receiver. So
he's an animal. Deebo Samuel's been putting up some crazy numbers this year. Good bounce back game for 49ers. They're 4-5. Who knows if they can rebound?
I need them not. I need them to lose. We have their first round pick.
Oh,
I need them to lose.
Deebo almost has 1,000 yards
already. Mm-hmm.
He's killing it. But good for them. So yeah, before we get out of this the NFL talk, Matt had a question here. Said before NFL talk's over, one question: do you guys think Jamar Chase breaks Justin Jefferson's rookie record this year?
That's a great question. He has the extra game to do it this year, so a lot of records you're going to start to see get broken just because of that. Because you've got the extra game, I think you see a lot of regular season records go down. Try. We got you. We got you on that one.
The Dolphins got y'all.
We got you on that one. Jamar Chase, I mean, he blew it up the first couple, first 6-7 games. I think the last 2 they've lost. I don't know if he's had great numbers. Just looking at their schedule, they play some not great defenses the rest of the way out. They get
Chase has 44 catches, 835 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
So the record, I think Justin Jefferson set was what 1,400 or 1,500 yards.
It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be very close.
I don't think he ends up doing it, but he could, dude. What a baller he is. I mean,
I'll never put anything past Joe Burrow. That's my guy.
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase is a stud, dude.
He is. Dude, I went back.
Imagine having a chance to draft a guy like that.
I was sitting there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just imagine. Imagine what we could have. But Jalen Waddle's on pace to break the rookie receptions record for anyone that cares. He's on pace for 106 catches. So, I mean, for 400 yards, but 106 catches nonetheless.
He makes some, you know what's surprising?
He's our number one.
Tough catches.
He's our number one by a mile. I will not knock Jalen Waddle. I will knock the process that led us to getting Jalen Waddle.
Back to Neil and y'all losing y'all's pick to get him.
Yep. So I won't knock the player. He's played well. I am confused by the inability to get him the ball deep down the field. That's supposed to be his specialty. We did hit the one big play this past Thursday to him. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. But Jamar Chase is a stud. I went back and watched the highlights from that LSU Alabama game 2 years ago. Holy shit, the players in that football game. It was wild. I'm sitting there watching Joe Burrow throwing to Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Terrace Marshall with Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. Dude. Thaddeus Moss at tight end. Then out comes Tua with Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. He's got Najee Harris at running back. It was insane. I'm like, dude, this is just an NFL game. I'm just watching all NFL players.
But like an all-star NFL game.
It was
like
wild.
The best stuff. Yeah,
it was insane. That was one of the best college football games I've ever remembered watching. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past Jamar Chase. I do think the extra game will help. I will say that he does do it. I will say Jamar Chase breaks the record.
I mean, he's the most casual. You watch him play. He looks like he's not even breaking a sweat.
Well, now that he can see, because apparently the preseason he was literally blind and said he couldn't see the football because it didn't have the white stripe on it. So, what a turnaround! I mean, my guy was terrible in the preseason, and now all of a sudden he looks like he's the best rookie wide receiver maybe ever.
I mean, but you got to realize he went a whole year without playing.
I know. And we talked about it. We talked about it with him and Sewell and how it just took a while. But once they kind of got back in the swing of things, I mean, they're just
Sewell's
better than most people.
Yeah, Sewell's they showed they had like a live video of his first step backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make any sense how fast Penei Sewell can get off the ball. Most of the time, the linemen, they're kind of lethargic in the step back.
Mm-hmm.
The ball is literally getting mid-snap, and he's already out of his break, already getting his butt back steps going. It's nuts.
He's good.
Yeah, he's really good. Too bad he's a Lion. But
he might not ever see a win, but he's good.
He's good. Hey, they didn't lose this week, and that's all that matters. So we're going to shift gears to talk a little college football. Did watch some college ball last week. Sadly, I watched Carolina lose. We kind of got hyped up for nothing. South Carolina's offensive line reverted back to its old self, and it being terrible, atrocious, downright pathetic, I'd say. But
real bad. Real bad.
Just real bad. We lose to Missouri. Did make a comeback. Big Mike in the house.
We got Mike J in the building. Oh, no.
Tyler's
in here. Oh no.
We got the boys here. So we're gonna talk some NBA too here, but we're gonna run down some college ball here, hit the high notes. Pitt ended up on Thursday night winning that crazy game in the rain in overtime. Pitt's 8-2, North Carolina's 5-5. Who'd have thought that? Georgia ends up beating the shit out of Tennessee. We're gonna just hit rapid fire here. Anything stick out, you could stop me and talk a little bit. Ohio State.
Georgia's real good.
Georgia's real good. Ohio State beat the shit out of Purdue. Purdue's overrated. They only ranked them that high to get Ohio State a pretty win for the top four. And let's see here. How about them Hogs? Yeah. Well, so let's see. Arkansas beat LSU in overtime, 16-13. I will say Arkansas is not a pretty watch, but they play for their head coach and they try. They try really hard.
They do play tough.
Which, I mean, the turnaround that's happened in Arkansas is pretty impressive. That's for sure. Auburn more like all bum. Yeah. So they're starting quarterback Auburn for this week. He broke his ankle or something.
Hand
was his hand?
Mm.
I thought it was his foot or ankle.
I thought it might have been. I don't know. I thought I saw it was hand. It was his ankle.
And so he's gonna be out. So they have a backup in TJ Finley, who's already shit on Carolina when he was at LSU.
When he was at LSU.
So we look forward to that. Big night games coming up for South Carolina. We'll see how it ends up happening. Hey, maybe we can close out, clinch bowl game. We got Auburn and Clemson coming up. Let's see anything else to talk about. Oh yeah, Oklahoma's overrated as fuck. They lost to Baylor 27.
They finally lost. Thank God. Jesus Christ. I was tired of watching that terrible team continue to be undefeated.
Yep. Ole Miss won 29-19. That's cool. Wake Forest won 45-42. They only know how to score a lot of points.
Yep.
Tigers on the menu. So yeah, just kind of giving a quick rundown. Let's see anything else of note here. We talked about so Utah's 7-3. They beat Arizona. Arizona's 1-9. They're pretty bad.
What was the Clemson final score?
Clemson won a lot to a little. I think they played UConn. Was it UConn this week?
I can't find them in my top 25 scoreboard for some reason.
Yeah, here I got them. So yeah, they played UConn. UConn dropped the kickoff and returned it for a touchdown, and then they proceeded to get their ass beat. Clemson is 7-3 and not ranked, which is a lot of Clemson fans are a little butthurt about. That's because there's a lot of 6-4 teams ranked.
Well, also a lot of those wins have been ugly wins. This was their first convincing win of the season. Really, they've been close to some bad teams. Very close to some bad teams. I love the back and forth we've got going on in the chat. For those of you that aren't on YouTube watching this, you're missing out on some golden comments here.
Yeah, the YouTube chat's popping off right now. Let's see here. It's hard to keep up with the turds in the comments, but we have Michigan State, Ohio State coming up this week. Big game, 7 versus 4. Let's see anything else. Wake Forest, Clemson. All right, look out, Clemson. We'll see how good you are. Wake Forest is coming to town, ranked 10th in the country.
They're going to put up some points.
Y'all going to have to match them. Wake Forest's defense is really bad, though. Arkansas, Alabama, 21 versus 2. Poor Arkansas. I think y'all can hang. They're good. They're a solid team. I just don't think they're great in Alabama. Alabama's a 21-point favorite in this one. I think they covered that, though. I think Arkansas covers that.
I think they cover it, yeah.
Let's see here. Anything else big of note? BYU playing Georgia Southern. Look at that. Shout out, and it's in Statesboro, Georgia. How about that?
What?
Cool. That's pretty
BYU
cool.
traveling out to Statesboro?
If I was back on the East Coast, dude, and if I found out the BYU is playing Georgia Southern, I might drove to Statesboro and go to that game to watch.
That's
my
wild. BYU at Georgia Southern.
Oregon play Utah. Oregon's somehow 3rd in the country now. They're 9-1. They're right back in the top 4 hunt. I don't know what to make of it. College
football rankings, dude. These playoff rankings, it's wild to me. Cincinnati's just not going to get in. I've already given up hope. I'm giving up the chance that they have because I sit there and I look and I'm like, oh, it's Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, Ohio State right now, and that's probably what it's going to be, which is just devastating.
So boring.
It's just devastating. I want the underdog to get in, and they just won't let it happen.
Rim Newberry plays West Florida.
Big shout out to the alma mater, Newberry College, winning the SAC Conference Championship. They are conference champions, baby.
Wow. Playing some decent ball up in Newberry.
Massive win for the program.
I said he could walk onto the Gamecocks team right now. Probably could.
That's not a false statement. That's a true statement.
If Alabama's 2 losses, they absolutely cannot get in. I agree.
They won't have 2 losses, though. They'll win the SEC championship game.
They'll beat
and
Georgia.
Then the 2 1-loss SEC teams will get in.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to switch gears, go NBA here. And that's why everyone's here.
This is what the arguing going back and forth in the YouTube.
Okay, real quick. So what's your prediction on this one? I actually think we have a decent chance to win this game. It's a home game. It's night. Auburn's terrible. We're terrible. We're going to win this one 27-24.
I think this is going to look just like the Missouri game did last weekend. I mean, I don't – neither team's very good. It's going to be an ugly game. I think Auburn's just more talented than we are across the board. I think Auburn wins. I think it'll be a close game. It'll be weird just like Missouri was. Stupid shit will keep happening, and then we'll end up losing the game by 4 points. So
yeah. Okay, we'll lose by 4 that's Remy's prediction. Quickly, we'll go over the live scores of the NBA, and then we'll kind of talk standings and what's going on in the current world. So the Hawks are beating the Celtics 58-49 at half. The Hawks have been struggling, but they're bouncing back kind of decently past couple games. The Hornets are beating the Wizards 79-67. The Wizards are 10-3. The Hornets have played decent ball too. Pistons Pacers, nobody cares about that game. Cavaliers Nets. The Nets are just kind of they're decent. They're beating the shit out of the Cavs though because the Cavs play 5 centers. 62-41 in that one. The Pelicans are 2-13, and Zion might quit this year. He may never play basketball again
if he has to stay in New Orleans.
He has to stay in New Orleans. Michael's from
Detroit.
That's what I know. That's why I said that. And also,
no one cares.
No one cares. Not even Detroit. Don't think the Pistons care. They're 3-10. Pelicans are actually winning, beating the Heat by 5 right now at half, 52-47.
They'll blow that.
Zion going to snack bar right now. He's already there. He's got Mountain Dew and Doritos, buddy.
Yeah.
Hump Day hit 'em ups. There we go. We got one. We got one. Tyler put us one in there. Hump Day hit 'em ups. Are the Bulls legit? All right. So let me go over this. Let me quickly go doing the scores, and then we'll do the hit 'em ups. Magic are beating the Knicks at halftime by 1. Magic are also terrible. The Knicks are, I mean, they're an average basketball team. The Lakers are getting thumped by the Bucks right now at halftime. They're losing by 11.
They were up by like 15 the last time I looked.
The Lakers
they're
aren't
losing by 11.
Let's see here. Horton Tucker, he's got 10. He's played 18 minutes. He's fucking trash. Avery Bradley's trash. Kent Bazemore's trash. Wayne Ellington's trash. Malik Monk. There's a lot of not good basketball teams out here. Basketball players on this team. But yeah, so they're losing. Let me quickly go. Timberwolves are tied with the Kings, 26-26. Thunder and Rockets. Thunder up. The Thunder they won 5 games. How?
They've played the Lakers twice.
The Rockets are 1-13. They're probably going to lose this game too. So tonight, the nightcap for me, which is at 8 p.m. for me, is the Mavericks Suns. That's going to be a good ball game. Probably pop that on. So we're going to go into the Hump Day hit 'em ups, which is, are the Bulls legit? And I watched some Bulls games. I don't know how about you, Remy, but they're pretty good.
They are pretty good.
I don't know if they're playoff built because Lonzo Ball is their point guard, and I don't think the playoff suits him well. But they have Zach LaVine, and he's a stud.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing for me, and I don't know where this has come from over the past couple of years, but the past probably 2 to 3 years, there's been so much hate on DeMar DeRozan for some reason, where I don't understand why people are like, but they didn't even have him listed, I think, in like the top 75 players of this season. And it's like, dude, like DeMar DeRozan's a baller.
He's been a really big acquisition.
Yeah, massive. He's like averaging 26 or 27 points a game. He's absolutely lighting it up. And these people just disrespected him, threw him away. We're like, oh, because the Spurs were kind of not great the last couple of years he was there. they started poo-pooing on him, and I'm like, dude, he's a great basketball player. And now you throw him on a team where him and Levine are like been the best 1-2 right now. But yes, I kind of exactly to Alan's point. I think they are going to be a great regular season team. They will get Vucevic back here soon too. So Vucevic, Levine, DeRozan, Ball shooting, we'll have to see. Ball has been shooting very well from three, which, as if anybody follows basketball, that has not been his strong suit throughout most of his career. So we'll see how that pans out. But the thing I think that's going to hurt them when it comes playoff time is their lack of three-point shooting. Levine can get hot and shoot pretty well from three, but the rest of them are inconsistent. DeRozan doesn't like shooting them. He will just run in and shoot a contested mid-range before he shoots a three. Vucevic is just a pure down low center. So they're not loaded at three-point shooting, which I think will in the playoffs come back to bite them. But regular season, they're going to put on a show.
But DeMar DeRozan is a bona fide star. And he's a bona fide star in the playoffs, too. He can get his buckets whenever he needs them. And we'll see. It's one of those things where the roster construction is good. We'll see how it all plays together. Playoff basketball is a different beast, and y'all know we say that all the time, but it is. But you got to like they're a top 4 team in the East. I think that's for sure.
The real question is, can the number 1 team in the East keep it up right now?
No.
You don't think the Wizards are title contenders?
I think they're a playoff team.
They got Kyle Kuzma.
They have the Lakers. They have the Lakers rejects in their ball.
2021 Lakers on the team. Yep. Kuzma's averaging 13 rebounds a game. You don't think that's sustainable?
Yeah, no.
Trez is balling. Trez is averaging 19 and 8.
Legacy year for Curry. We'll go. So in the Eastern Conference, the Wizards are 1 right now with 10-3. The Bulls are 2, 10-4. Then it goes the Nets 10-5, Heat 9-5, Cavs 9-6. That's not no. Knicks 8-6. That's okay, I guess. Hornets 8-7. The Sixers are 8-7. They've been dealing with COVID issues and no Embiid, and of course, we'll talk about him in a second. Ben Simmons. The Celtics are constantly underperforming. The Raptors are not the greatest. Then it goes the Bucks, who've been struggling, and the Hawks have been struggling. The Pacers, and of course, there's 2 shitty teams at the bottom: the Pistons and the Magic.
That team that no one cares about.
The teams no one cares about. But and then you look at the Western Conference, and you have the Warriors, and the Warriors are. Dude, Curry is on another level right now. I don't know if this team is going to, we'll see. But right now, dude, they're killing it. The Suns are killing it. Mavs are 9-4, Jazz 9-5. Then it goes Clippers 9-5, Nuggets 9-5. The Lakers are the 7th seed right now at 8-7. The Grizz 7-7, Portland 7-8. The Kings are 10 at 6-8, and then Thunder, Timberwolves, Spurs, Pelicans, Rockets. Those guys all suck. Those teams are trash.
The Rockets are 1-13.
COVID is a bitch. You ain't lying. Curry versus stop it. Now you just stop it. We'll see. But I will say Curry's doing some pretty unbelievable shit right now.
I mean, it's every year with that guy. It's unbelievable the things that he does. And I've watched that team. That team is legit. That 12-2, that's not a sham. They are a good basketball team. They're getting the best version of Andrew Wiggins I've ever seen right now. They've got guys that are just stepping up. They still don't have Wiseman playing. They still don't have Klay Thompson playing. It's just wild how good that team could be. If Klay Thompson comes back and is close to what he was before he got hurt, they are going to be a problem. We said this last year. Oh, I said it as soon as like that. What was the one year where Curry broke his hand and Klay was out for the whole year, and neither one of them played, and they were terrible. That's how they ended up getting Wiseman. And people were like, "Oh, it's over. It's over." They lost Durant. I'm like, bro, y'all are sleeping on this team. They are going to come back with a vengeance, and they last year was kind of a weird year for them. They had Curry. He didn't have a ton of help, but this year. I think they are legit going to be a problem.
Dynasty 2.0.
Curry's a little too old. I think for them to rebuild that magic that they had a couple of years ago.
Go for it, though.
But there's no doubt in my mind they could easily win another championship. If Klay Thompson comes back like he was on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball, there's no doubt in my mind they can compete for a title. But I don't see it being another 4-year run like what they had a couple of years back. I just at that point I think Curry would be like 37. And I just
Mike said, do we like the rule changes? I say I do like how a lot of the weird random trying to draw foul calls have been taken out. It's getting a little too much though. The refs are letting people literally tackle 3-point shooters. We're gonna have to find a nice balance because I don't want to watch a wrestling game. I want to watch basketball.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I hate more than anything seeing offensive players already get enough as it is in the NBA. I hate seeing unnatural bullshit. They shoot a 3 and they have no intentions of actually making the 3. They're just trying to flail a body part out and fall down. I cannot stand that.
But what
shit.
It's doing is it's allowing so much hand checking on the wings, Remy.
Yeah, but I'm hand checking, whatever. I'm talking about when people are jump shooting or when somebody is behind you and you jump backwards into them. I can't stand that shit. People were getting away with that shit for way, way, way too long. Now, the biggest thing that I still see that they need to fix is, and the main culprit of this is James Harden, but a lot of players still do it, is hooking the defender when they're trying to cover you. James Harden is notorious because he's left-handed. He will drive right, and when the guy is guarding him on his hip, he will take his left hand and just hook him. He will hook underneath him and try and come up like he's shooting, and it's constantly still being called a foul. And it's insane to me because the defender can't do anything. They're standing there in between him and the rim. What are they supposed to do? But I will say this whole jump shoot, kick a leg out just to try and trip over the guy. Thank God they're really not calling those at all, and because it's just ugly. It's just handing people free throws, and the offensive players got so used to that you can see it. You can literally see their jump shooters trying to do that versus trying to actually make the shot. It was disgusting. I'm glad they're getting rid of that.
No one wants to watch Trey flop. Trey's been doing well with it. He hasn't really affected him that much. But yeah, it's just times where players kind of get a little confused because they're kind of woven that into their game. Lakers are back on. We'll go watch them. Go watch them lose to some bum team. Melo 3.
We get the play-by-play over here.
You get the play-by-play. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's one of those things where the NBA season is a long, winding process, and the real season hasn't started yet and won't for a little while.
Oh, yeah, the second season.
Yeah, the playoffs is
3 months of playoffs.
Playoffs is when it matters. So that's the only time that really matters. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up shaking out. Good starts to some of these teams. Who would have thought the Wizards would be 10-3 with the start that they have? I don't know.
Who thought the Bucks would be 6-8? Not me. I mean,
playoff hangover is real. So
it is real.
I'm getting mentally prepared for the Braves just to kind of be low, kind of be average next year, but because it's impossible to repeat. But I say that, and we're getting back one of the best players in the world in Ronald Acuna. You know, and we're gonna talk a little baseball here before we get out of here, I guess. Wait. Okay.
One more thing. Bro, what are they doing? The Crypto.com arena. Have you seen this? Have you seen this?
That's the Lakers, right?
The Staples Center. This Christmas, in a month, will become the Crypto.com arena. What?
That's how much. I wonder how much they had to pay for that.
$700 million. 20-year deal. $700 million. I understand the money side. Money talks. Money talks. That will never be the Crypto.com arena. That will forever be Staples Center.
That is weird to think about.
That's like I said. There are in my opinion, there are maybe 3 basketball arenas that
let's be real
stand
though.
out.
Staples is going out of business.
No, I mean, yes. But if you think about basketball arenas, you've got Madison Square Garden. Could you imagine if they renamed Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, no.
Could you imagine if they were like, yeah, no, that's
GoDaddy.com.
Yeah, that's now the GoDaddy.com arena. Like people would lose their shit.
Yeah.
So you've got literally, to me, it's Madison Square Garden. You've got Boston, the Garden at Boston,
right,
and you've got the Staples Center. And those are like the 3 NBA. Now, I'm not saying that the other arenas aren't very nice. There are some very nice ones. But those are the 3 iconic like NBA arenas that we have. And now we got to call one the Crypto.com. Bro, what if crypto tanks, bro? Lakers playing in the worst named arena in the league.
This is a bad take. I don't think so. I think it's a solid take, Tyler.
Tyler, I want to know how you think it's a bad take. You're talking about the Lakers since 1999. They've won 6 championships in the Staples Center. Now it's the Crypto.com arena.
Before we move on, we got, of course, sorry. Let's see here. You got to take the money. That's his take, by the way. Name it Poopy Fart Arena. You're an idiot.
Rename Yankee Stadium, Tyler. Rename Yankee Stadium to the Mountain Dew Stadium.
Let's see here. So before we got to talk a little Ben Simmons. New articles come out that what's going on in the update of Ben Simmons' world right now, Remy?
They're finding him again.
He's the gift he keeps on giving.
He just refuses to participate. He does not want to be a Sixer. He does not want to be a Sixer.
He says now that they were like hindering his mental health.
Of course
they're not in his corner.
There
there was an article where a guy got in a hit and run, and Barstool posted it. He was on the phone waiting to talk shit about Ben Simmons. They finally get to him. He goes, "How you doing, buddy?" He goes, "Somebody just hit me." And they're driving away right now. Like, you didn't get his tag? He's like, "Nah, I want to talk about Ben Simmons because he upsets me more than this person who just hit my car and ran away." Philly fans are done with him.
There's got to be somebody in the organization that's like, dude, it's just not worth it at this point. I can't imagine that they still have to have internal conversations like trying to find a way to make it work. It's not going to.
It's not going to work.
It's just not going to work. I don't know. Maybe he pulls out a fat suit. That worked wonders last year. He's tried the mental thing.
He's tried the mental health thing.
He's tried everything, and I don't know, man. There's people in that organization they don't want to give him up, and he clearly does not want to be there.
Dude, he has some loyalty in that front office, and I don't understand it. I don't know how they haven't got rid of him yet for a bag of chips. I don't know. I mean, literally, dude, they need bodies.
Yes.
I would say I would call the Kings up and try to get Buddy Hield.
And I mean, Maxey's played very well.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, it's this massive, massive downgrade. Maxey's played really well for them. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at this point, you got to try and get something.
The other guy is not as good. Shake, he's kind of inconsistent. Yeah, you can keep waiting.
I mean,
it goes down every game.
But also, too, I mean, they're on a 5-game losing streak. They're starting to plummet down the standings a little bit here at some point. I mean, you can't wait too long.
Yeah.
You got to get a body.
Dude, if I was them, I would trade him for nothing to a shit team. To the Timberwolves. Congratulations. You now live in Minnesota.
I mean,
they have a player. Go get anybody out of Minnesota.
That's what I would do. I would go
get what's the point guard?
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell. That would be an upgrade.
Compared to nothing. He would be an upgrade compared to literally nothing, yes.
Just try to get Harris to join.
Dude, Harris will never join. Harris hates us.
Let's go. I see all the boys on YouTube now. Let's go. The Rockets.
That's what I'm talking about. YouTube supremacy. Let's go.
We appreciate we have some YouTube guys in there. I appreciate everybody subscribing. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll end up seeing. Before we get out of here, I was going to talk a little free agency. Noah Syndergaard came out and said he's re-signing with the Mets. He's blah 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 blah. He signed a giant deal, 1-year deal for the Angels. All the Mets fans got really mad. Marcus Stroman had a Twitter war with the New York Yankees yesterday. He got in Twitter beefs and he was clowning them. He said, "My do-rags and tattoos and ain't going nowhere." Because you have to cover up tattoos if you're a Yankee. You got to cut your hair. You can't wear because the Yankees are just the cleanest team ever. I don't know. It's weird.
They made Randy Johnson shave his mustache, and I'll never forgive them for that.
Right. So we'll see. Free agency's coming up now. We've offered Freddie the 5 years, the big deal. He turned it down. He's wanting 8 for $200 is what he wants. But it looks like
8.
So he wants 8 years, and we're not wanting to give him more than 5, but we're gonna end up. I think we're gonna end up having to. We'll see.
8. That's a long time. He's not a young man.
No, he's not. But you can't let Freddie walk in nowhere else.
You can't.
You gotta resign.
They'll compromise. They'll
probably give him like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
they'll probably give him that extra year. He's fighting for that extra year. So I think he'll end up signing with the Braves. Freddie Freeman is gone. Stop, Alan. He's not. I know you want it to happen so bad because the Phillies haven't made the playoffs in a decade, but it's not happened. You live in Braves country, son, and we just won the World Series. You thought Braves Twitter and Braves people were bad before? We just won the whole damn thing. You're lucky I'm not in South Carolina right now.
Won the whole show.
We just won the whole thing.
So I want to hit Tyler's hit him up right here.
Okay.
Put it up there for him, for all the world to see. Like 3 up.
I see it.
When is time for the first glass of eggnog of the season? Tyler, it's Christmas, bud. You drink that eggnog right now.
Hey, right now, buddy.
If you got it, you drink it. It's time. The official start of Christmas is when eggnog is in the stores. That's when Christmas starts.
Agreed.
You take the day off from drinking eggnog on Thanksgiving, and then you go back to drinking the eggnog because we're back to Christmas, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. It's Christmas time, everybody.
2 weeks ago. Movies. I like Al. It's 2 weeks ago. Exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as you saw eggnog in the stores.
I think I'm actually going to be flying back to South Carolina in February. So I'm going to be seeing y'all boys.
There's a particular day in February that is pretty important to me, dude.
Yeah, won't be. I don't know if I'll be flying back for that day.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I got a lot of stuff going on in February though, so we'll see.
House it, Tyler. House it. No holding back.
Eggnog currently. Yeah, you won't drink it all. You won't drink it right now. Chug it. So, here you go, Remy. What's your top 5 Christmas movies?
Oh, shit. All right, so I'm gonna start with number 1. Number 1 and 2, 1A, 1B is Christmas Vacation, and it will be number 1 for me. And right behind that is probably Elf. I love Elf. 3 is kind of an underdog for me, and not a lot of people put it in their top 5s, but I absolutely love. It just slipped my mind. Why can't I think of it? Oh God, Turbo Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way. Number 3 for me. I absolutely love Jingle All the Way. Mm-hmm. Damn, that gets tough, dude. Who else am I squeezing in there? I'm a big fan of the old ones. I love the old ones, but I'll put Jim Carrey's Grinch at 4. Okay. I absolutely love the Jim Carrey Grinch. And to me, it's silly and it's stupid, but there's something so nostalgic for me to go back and watch Charlie Brown Christmas, the original cartoon, Charlie Brown Christmas. It might not be the best one, but it just takes me back to being a little kid.
I think my number 1 is clearly National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Number 2 is Elf. Number 3 is Home Alone.
You watching the new one? Have you seen this? Yeah, there's a new one.
Yeah, I know. I like the animated Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
The animated are kind of getting lumped in. Bad Santa is also really good. So, I don't know. I like them all. I love Christmas movies, man.
You
This
watching?
time of year?
You watching this new Home Alone? This new
What is it?
remake
When
or
is it
whatever
coming
it
out?
is? It's soon, if it's not already out. New Home Alone, real Home Alone. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Can we boot Alan?
Christmas
Kick him
Story
out.
The Christmas Story with Ralphie. But yeah.
Is
That's right.
is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
No.
It's a tough take.
I don't know.
That's a tough take, dude.
For me,
I vote it's in. I vote it's in. Christmas movie.
AD hurt. We're
That's
getting live updates
that's
here.
not surprising
That's
at
not
all,
what you wanna
Tyler. Well, I mean, least surprising thing I've ever heard.
I'm sorry, but we'll get some polls up.
Oh.
Get some Christmas polls going.
Baseball, since we kind of got a little off track there, the Cy Young Award winners were announced. We got Robbie Ray from the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays are going to end up with the Cy Young winner in the AL and 2 of the 3 MVP finalists and not make the playoffs, which is pretty kind of comical to me that you can pull that off. And Corbin Burns from the Brewers won the NL Cy Young. I don't think he was the favorite going into this.
Really?
I think Wheeler was the favorite from the Phillies.
I think
Corbin
Wheeler
Burns
got
ended up winning it.
snubbed. I think Wheeler got snubbed. I thought Corbin Burns was that guy who had that crazy strikeout to walk record thing going on during the season. I think that's what a lot of people got hung up on. I watched Corbin Burns a couple times. Braves dominated Corbin Burns. They did not dominate Wheeler. And we played Wheeler a hell of a lot more than we played Burns. Wheeler had himself a year. And that would have, and I hate the Phillies, and that would have been my Cy Young winner. So,
yeah, the Phillies, the favorite for the MVP in the National League's Bryce Harper. So the Phillies came into it with the favorite to win the Cy Young and the MVP, and also didn't make the playoffs.
And that's because their team is not good. They don't have a good baseball.
They just have 2 really good players.
They have a few good players. Just overall team is not the best. Deadpool does have a Christmas scene. Drinks. There you go. Deadpool Christmas movie. Boom.
Agreed. I'll watch it.
Down. Well, we have kind of slowed down into a grinding halt.
Alan smells.
Yeah.
If you are not on YouTube watching these comments, you need to switch over to YouTube. This has been good. Tyler smells worse. Y'all are just rude now at this point.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. Y'all can text each other personally and insult each other. We're not going to let y'all use this platform.
Don't put me in the group text, please.
Alan hates group text, so I'm
put him in it.
Tyler. Put him in it. Just if that's how you really want to piss Al off, there you go.
Hard pass pay-per-view fight. It is on its way. The beef is on. We will have. I mean, everyone's boxing now. So we talked about this last week. Everyone's boxing now. Why don't we get it on?
We might as well get it on it.
So we got Tyler, Allen, undercard, me and you main event.
Yep.
Boxing match. Aaron Carter, Lamar Odom, 2 undercard.
Hey.
The rematch everyone wants.
Everyone wants to see it. We got to see it. All right. Can I get a co-baby? We don't know yet, Mike. We'll find you somebody.
Dude, the profile picture.
Maybe Matt. Maybe Michael versus Matt in the undercard.
Look at this profile picture. Old Mike J. Soleil's rocking.
I see it.
It's a thing of beauty.
I see it. We gotta get out of here. We're just
Flavor Town, baby.
Flavor Town. That'll be it for me and Ren Breezy and the Hard Pass crew. We promise this week we'll actually record something and release it. We keep saying it, not doing it, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping in. We got a bunch of new YouTube subscribers, so that's pretty dope. There you go. Damn. The disrespect.
The damn Tubby.
Damn Tubby. All right, fuck you guys. I'm out here. That'll be it. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.